Am I getting any closer or not?
That must have hurt.
What? What? Well, if I wasn't scared of spiders, I am find out where I actually dumped my boat. But before... What the fudge happened there? Oh, come on! You absolute... Ow! Stop it! Bad potato. I hate that potato. Oh God! Sorry! Well, that went as good as it could have done. Well, this is going well, isn't it? Come on. There we go. Did he have a bit of the loot before he started, do you reckon? Or, apparently he'll get yeeted. What the... What? Is that good? I'm not so sure. I think it works. Yeah, this is... What the fuck is that thing? Holy what the hell? What on what? What? No, 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 ow! That mix? Yeah, there we go. For some reason, it seemed to go absolutely ape, and I don't know why. For some reason, I've updated my Elgato software from Elgato Wavelink 1.0 to 3.0. Still working out the kinks. Yeah. So I apologize about that. For some reason, I don't have a mic anymore. Yay! Don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. So yeah, we're going to do Grounded 2 today to try and work out if there's any questions, queries, or how-tos that you want me to go through. Now's the chance, or today's the chance. Sorry, and certainly today, tomorrow, and I don't know when we may go into. What? There's an update. What? When did that happen? Help me. Apparently it's running install distributable, so we have no idea what's going on. Dang it. All right, before I continue, I'm going to turn it down to about 60% so that, you can work things out. Thank you very much for the likes on TikTok. I really do appreciate it. How you doing? Hope everybody's having an amazing day. Just waiting for the shaders to load up, and then we'll go over to the other scene, and hopefully everything's going to be okay. Yeah. Hey, Atreides. Welcome in. Yeah, so actually it works phenomenally better than I was expecting it to. Jeez. I've turned it down to about 60% on my system, and apparently it's a lot better. Yeah. Although apparently I don't have I might have problems with my clipping. I need to realise not to do that, don't I? Let's turn it down to 15 decibels. That might be better. Yeah. Yeah, I don't have the fancy, what's the word? OBS settings anymore. That might be a problem. Yeah, I didn't do that properly. Right, so here we go. So if there's anything that you want to work through, let me know, basically. So we're going to try and do it from a standpoint. So hopefully this can go straight over to YouTube and, all that sort of stuff. So, yeah. Anyway, if anybody has any questions, let me know. Hello, everybody. So this is Grounded 2. We are going to try and do a how-to pretty much for the entire game, if you like. There might be a few changes here and there because this is still early access and, subject to availability. But we're going to have a look at it. So first things first, you'll see this screen when you come in. The updates may change occasionally, depending upon where you are around the world and that sort of stuff. But yeah, so single player is what we're going to do. And if you've got a save, you'll see continue here. Otherwise, it will be new game. Then you've got all of these options. Survival mode, how difficult you want it, basically. It'll give you some information about that as well. Creative mode, whether you want it purely for the fact that you want to just try your best at doing things, or creative with bugs where there'll be bugs, if that makes any sense. And then I think custom, it's a new mode, it's not actually available yet, apparently. That's weird. So we're going to go woe mode, I think. And apparently we're going up against Scorpion, so... I'm like third person, but you've also got the choice of for the first person. Do not panic about this. You have got the option to change that in the game. This is just as you play the very beginning, like, tutorial section. Hey, Caden, how you doing? Welcome in. Then you've got the character choices. 2 females, 2 males. There is no special abilities in the characters at all. The only difference is the models that you've got to look at and the voice lines. Those are the only differences in this. So it depends entirely upon whether you prefer a scientific person.
I'm Pete. I know all about arthropods.
Or if you want sort of like a more sporty person.
I'm Maxwell. Maxwell Smalls. Remember that name.
Or sort of like
hello, yeah? You can pick me. Up to you.
This. But yeah, Pete is the best. I think Pete, everybody loves Pete. I'm going to go with, I think I'm going to try Hoops today.
Hoops is in the house.
Just
Ready
because
to
I haven't
dump, baby.
played with Hoops for a while. So we're going to try it. And then you get to choose the name of the game. And it's just a save file. It's nothing, you don't get to name the park or anything like that, unfortunately. But yeah, so... And then I'll go straight in. So yeah. Sorry, yes, I'm
you can't run from me, you foul beast.
very quick. Yeah, something I've realised.
With new flexible legs, the yoke girth action figure can ride anything. Billy Hogg's single occupancy microwavable hot dog dinner. No family, no friends, no problems.
You've heard about the cool changes going on at Ominent, but have you seen our new headquarters? It's transparent, just like our new guidelines for involuntary experiments. No more teenagers. We're also going to renovate Brook Hollow Park. Just felt like doing something nice.
Breaking news, there's been an explosion at Brook Hollow Park. Chaos descended on a ceremony commemorating the 2-year anniversary of when 4 teenagers were miniaturized against their will and left to fight for their survival in the backyard of a deranged scientist. Formerly evil company Ominent Practical Technologies was set to dedicate a statue of the 4 teenagers, fast food science robot Burgle, and Dr. Tully, inventor of the revolutionary spacer shrinking technology, when an explosion erupted. The park has been evacuated and sealed off by Ominent. We've received footage from the aftermath of the explosion, which appears to show Dr. Tully assassinating Burgle. The beloved robot was best known for grilling hamburgers and saving the lives of the 4 teenagers. The motivation for the beheading is unknown. Dr. Tully and the teenagers' current whereabouts are also unknown.
Yeah, I know I went silent in that bit. I was trying to, yeah, we'll wait for everything to go through. But yeah, that is grounded. Kind of.
Did I get run over by a truck or something? I can't remember anything. Oh no. No. Ominent better not have pulled the same trick again, or I swear to God.
Yep, that's going to go well. And then you just get the information about how to move. So yeah, it's trying to work out how to describe it. I'm really hang on. Caden, thank you very much for the roses. I'm so sorry. We're trying to do a how-to, and I probably should be a bit more susceptible to you amazing people coming over and being so amazing. Yeah. Have you? Oh, dang, Shane. I'm sorry. I have no idea what happened with Caden. I don't know what you were trying to try to do earlier. There was a message that popped up, and I do apologise. I missed it. But yeah. So, to be fair, grounded just gives you a lot more. If you ever struggle with understanding how to do grounded, my best advice to you would be to go and create another save file, another game, where you can work out what you're missing. Having said that, oh, it's okay. Oh, bless you. Well, I do appreciate all the love and support. You're an incredible person. But the upshot of it all is that you can do pretty much anything in grounded.
The city park? I knew it! It got miniaturized again!
Yay!
Why?
It's not going well, is it?
I need to jog my memory.
Ooh, hot dog.
Nasty.
So, first things
Roach.
first, you'll notice that it is massive. The game is spectacularly huge. I believe somebody did a metric about a year ago now. I don't know if it was Obsidian or whether it was somebody else, who basically said that Brook Hollow Park is approximately 3 times the size of Wendell's backyard, meaning that we have 3 times the space to do pretty much whatever we like within the grounds of the game. So for those of you who are on PC, by default, W is to move forward, S is to move backwards, and yes, it does move backwards rather than turns around. A is to strafe left, and S is to strafe right. If you want to move your camera, you move it with the mouse. Okay? Very first thing you'll do, it'll just get you to do a few bits and pieces here, looking out the window primarily. You can also, whilst you're here, press X. Oh no, you can't, not now, because we haven't got the scabby. Sorry, my bad. But yeah, there's a lot of flavour stuff here. Which... Yay, I loaded master. That's going to be worrying.
Why would Ominent build a tiny surveillance room in the park? I want to give that entire company a swirly.
Yeah, you me too, but oops. So yeah, I'll get you to do a few of the usual sort of things. So moving with the character, and then how to do certain things like running, like left shift is sprint.
Hey, they got the news on TV? That's Dr.
A lot of
Tony.
mugs.
Wait. Shoot.
Thought that was something else
tore
there.
off
There's not.
Burgle's head and shrank himself down. I think
And
I
space
followed
to
him
jump,
here to get
as
Burgle's
always.
head back.
Some doors, unfortunately, in the park are blocked at this time, just because of the way that the game is in early access, essentially. And left alt to crouch. Now, occasionally, you'll come across some of these things. These are what they call fast travel points. They will allow you to go from one location to another fairly quickly. So we will do that in a second. You'll also see one of these things as well. Now, because we are very early in the game, and when I say early, I mean first 5 minutes, we don't have the ability to unlock this door yet. But in the very near future, we will be able to. So it's well worth noting that if you see any of these that you can't access yet, you may be able to in the future. Press E to activate, or use. It's a default activate thing. And then, yeah, move as normal. sometimes you'll need to hold it
Still
down a little
as
bit
the Scabby 2K
for it to work as well.
microneedles connect to your blood vessels. I'm Sloane Beaumont, your new boss. I'm so glad to welcome you to the Omnid Park training program. Located here in scenic and dangerous Brook Hollow Park. You are now tiny, but well equipped. Congratulations.
Definitely bites harder than the old model. I can't believe I'm letting Ominid tag me again.
Yay. So, as you can see, we now have a Scabby. A Scabby is essentially a digitized glove that you can... that has an LCD display on it that you can then utilize things with. So as you can now see in the bottom left corner, you've now got a blue thirst model, which is water, a yellow orangey icon, which is your hunger, and then you've got the green bar at the top is your stamina, and stamina only goes down by certain things, which we'll go through in a second, and your health bar in the red. So stamina, walking around the park normally, is fairly quick, but you may want to get somewhere quicker. So pressing down shift, you'll see the stamina bar go down only when you go... No, it goes down as you move completely. You can hold it down if you stay still and hold it down, it will go up, if that makes any sense. There are other ways around. The bars at the bottom aren't necessarily the max level, and I'll go through that in a second when we've worked it out. But at the moment, we've got our Scabby. We can go sprinting, basically. And unfortunately, you won't be able to go through this door unless you've got your Scabby. Obsidian, the clever people, worked out that before we got the Scabby, we could pretty much run as far and as fast as possible with no limitations. When we got the Scabby, you notice that everything else then changed. Obsidian, in their wisdom, decided to put in a door with a locking key, so you can't go through that door unless you have your Scabby, because they could see where all the bugs were going to come from. Yay! So, first things first, we need to go through this door by holding down E again to scan our Scabby. Whilst we're here, I want to just double check to see if we can actually unlock that door upstairs. We may be able to. There was a time when this thing wouldn't allow you to go back up. But now we've got our Scabby, we can come through here and unlock this door. So having a Scabby is really, really useful. Unfortunately, it doesn't really do much because it just takes you back here. So, yeah. There's a few little tricks and hints and things like that. Okay, so now we've gone... well, we can go through this door. Like so. And there'll be a lot more information and as we go through. It is a lot like a park. Now that the other thing that I wanted to say is, now that we've actually got our Scabby, we can actually have a look at peeping. Peeping is essentially a way that the game allows you to scan certain things, specifically bugs. So what you do is you press X, you'll go into this mode, you can zoom in and out with C to zoom in and Z to zoom out, respectively. Once you have seen something, if you press E, it will then what they call peep, which is basically taking a picture of a creature. And I'll give you all the information. Earlier, I mentioned that the health bars and stamina bars aren't necessarily that... you'll be able to increase them, essentially, and decrease them. One of the ways you can do that is by farming these things. But we'll get to that in a second. Hopefully. And yes, Elm, yes, I'm hoping it will give a bit more information. But this really does feel like Jurassic Park at the moment.
We're doing cutting-edge research, not just in Brook Hollow Park, but underneath it. The park project takes a use every part of the buffalo approach to the park.
Slightly concerning.
When you think of a city park, you think of children playing, a family picnic. But at your new size, the park is actually very dangerous. Be careful.
Word of note, it is actually really dangerous when you're on woe mode. Yeah. Which is what we're on now. So a lot of information here. Basically just saying, welcome to the park. And all of the sort of things that you may or may not experience later on.
Let's see.
So there's a pumpkin seed there, which you'll be able to find in a certain area of the park. There's a slurry, which again you'll be able to find or create later in the park, and some helpful things for coziness, I think. I'm not entirely sure how you describe them, really. Oh, God. I don't know if there's anything else in that. Oh, yeah, we got a... Is that a scorpion part? Might be. All of this will make sense in a few minutes. If you look at the staff pictures, you can see how two have gone missing within the pick. Oh, really?
Take inspiration from our Employees of the Month. We honor their memory by working hard to make the world less awful.
So, in the park, there is a... I'm not going to spoil it at the moment, but there is something a little bit different to what happened in the first game. There seems to be at least 4 people... No, hang on. Yeah, 4 people that have gone missing in the park. I say at least because there's other ways you can tell. If you have a look at the pictures, it'll actually tell you what the numbers are. So this employee, I think, is missing an MIA rather than DOA. But the other ones... Oh no, he's up against a... I think that's a clever girl from Jurassic Park, maybe? I'm not sure. I don't... Oh, we've got employee number... Yeah. And basically what I'm trying to do is to work out who the mysterious stranger is. I have a feeling... This is a bit of a spoiler, so word of note. I'll put my hand up whilst I'm doing spoilers. I have a feeling that the girl on the right is... I thought that she was the mysterious stranger. I believe on our other save we've actually found her, which we'll find out in a second. So, yeah. Anyway. So, when you're in the park, you'll notice that above the left-hand side of the icons, so depending upon where you're watching me from, you'll either see it below me or to the left of me, you'll see that there is a purple, or this is icon based upon the character colour. So, I think Pete is green, Hoops is pink, Max, I think, is yellow. I'm not sure about Willow, I think. But you'll see these icons down here. Now, what this icon that we're showing is essentially a hotter, colder variant of something that you are close or far away from in the park. In this context, the image in the center is of a essentially like a not a gyroscope, what is it? When you look at something, a magnifying glass, essentially. And give me a second, hang on. Something came up. And basically, you just need to go and get closer or further away. But Brad, just because somebody knows this doesn't necessarily mean that everybody knows this. And I'm doing a series of videos that will help people understand how the game works if they want to play it from scratch. So that's the reason why we're doing it.
Your scabby
It also
today
helps that you got
detected
that as well.
a resource analyzer. You'll find one of these at every ranger outpost in the park.
Oh, Pete's blue. Of course he is, yeah. Max is yellow. Hopes is pink, red. Willow is green. Thank you, Elm. I really appreciate that. But yeah, the same. It will still give you the same information. It's just the different colors and color aesthetics that you want as well.
Inside the training dome, you'll learn a crucial survival skill: crafting.
Yay!
I could have made the all-star team for crafting.
Yep.
Great. Now I'm having flashbacks to Dr. Tully's yard.
So as you saw, whilst we were moving closer to the scanner, you'll see that there's the pink lines around the scanner on our just below what we're doing actually goes better or worse. So as we go closer, it's really, really close, and as we're literally on top of it, it gets even closer. Oh, yeah, thank you, Elm. Yeah, that really, really helps. All you need to do when you actually see something like this to get rid of the thing that's below me is to go up to it and just select it. That's it. And now you can see we've now done that sort of thing, if you like, and it disappears. In relation to creating and crafting, pretty much pick up anything and everything you see. So in this area, there's only 3 items that we could, well, maybe 4, I think. And you'll notice that all of them have got an icon on them in the top right. I don't know, actually you won't not be able to see me on TikTok, but there we go. So you can see these exclamation points. Each of these points are based upon the rarity of the item. So there'll be green, blue, I think orange, and I think purple are the next 2, or the final 2 essentially. The more rarity the item is, the more raw science that you'll get by researching these. And what I mean by that is, so we pick these 3 items up, we go to one of these resource analyzers, select the item we want to do, press space, it will scan it. It will then give us all of the new recipes if there's anything that's new, and some raw science. Raw science is very important. Cooked science depends on the cooked science. I think it's about 1,000, and I think that's on grounded 1. I can't remember. I honestly can't remember how much that actually does. So once we've done that, we'll then see a bar, and basically it's a level bar. So grounded 2 and grounded 1 uses the ability, instead of you leveling up like RPGs and MMOs, they get you to farm for items, bring them back to a resource analyzer that then gives you the ability to level up, essentially.
You will need a weapon for the
So the more items you find and bring back to a resource analyzer, the more items that you will be able to then make. And essentially that's how that works. And they're adding more levels. So currently I believe the max level is level 12 in-game. We are getting more items, more level items later on from the 11th of August. So hopefully that'll give us a bit more. So once we've done that, we should be able to craft our sort of... Oh, is it level 9 max? Okay, thank you. So we haven't built a workbench yet, and I don't think we can because we haven't found the one major item that we need to research. That being said, if you press down tab on your PC, you'll see this. It'll give you all of the information about the character. Basically, it's like a save menu or like a Pip-Boy from from Fallout, essentially. So this is the character menu, which is your backpack and whatever the character's wearing, and the hot pouch. It's basically the 1 to 8 slots. You can get more by buying it from Raw Science Shop, but it's a bit awkward. If you go over to the hammer and wrench, you'll be able to craft something. Even if you can craft it, you may not... Sorry, even if you've learnt the recipe, you may not be able to craft it because it might be too big for the character to hold in its hands. What I mean by that is you may need to go to a certain workbench to make it work. If that's the case, you just need to put down a workbench or go to a workbench and you'll be able to work it out from there. That being said, if you go into any of these, so consumables will hold anything that your character uses up, essentially. Resources is anything that is required to make something else. Elon, sorry, Elm, that I'm more than happy for anybody to correct me. I'm just trying to sort of showcase something. But if anybody has any ideas, or if I've said something wrong, please do let me know, because this is a how-to video and that's how we're going to learn. So yeah, exactly the right reason why I'm hoping that you're here, and I really do appreciate all the support and the corrections and that sort of stuff. If you're going to correct me, I'd much prefer somebody to correct me rather than say what the other person said a few minutes ago. So yeah, thank you. So anyway, as I said, resources are things that you create to make something else. So the main one is crude rope, and that is extremely what's the word? Versatile, and you're going to need to use so much of it. Believe me, you really will. Then you've got the ability for your weaponry. And then you've got everything that you've currently seen up until that point. Although I have a feeling that half of this stuff is actually from my other save. So I don't know why I'm even able to see half of the stuff that's here. I think it might just be stuff that you can work through. The other thing that I've just noticed is that if you select any of the resources here, it will tell you what is actually what it's used in as well, which is really helpful. So yeah, there's that. You will also notice currently that we don't have the ability to craft anything that requires a hammer or a chisel yet. That's because unlike Grounded 1, Grounded 2 uses a one use tool. Hey, Sacred Hang. How are you doing? Hope you're doing well. Sorry, bear with me. Veins. Did Obsidian announce that they will only go to level 9, or is that or the lurks? No, so because it's Grounded 2 is early access, they release certain abilities at certain attributes at certain points. And you only get certain levels after you've researched certain items, essentially. So what they did was, with the launch dates, they did up to level 2 or 3, I think it was. Then with the winter update, I think it was the next. I think they went up to level 5, and then the spring update they've gone further. So it's basically they're just releasing it at certain points and that sort of stuff. Oh God, I can't remember where I was now. What was I saying? Oh yeah. Yeah, you have the ability to actually get a big item, which will help you craft, use and do things in certain ways. So if we hold down Z, we can actually craft something, and unfortunately we don't have some of the materials, specifically the crude rope, and we've only got 1 sprig. So we need to find some more sprigs. That's not a sprig, that was a plant fiber. That's a sprig. There's also another item here which you can actually grab as well, which I'll do a search for. I can't actually move it whilst I'm there. The other thing is that you'll notice is that we've actually drained our resource analyzer. What that means is, do not panic. Resource analyzers only have 4 charges per analyzer for any specific amount of time. They will recharge. Now, the resource analyzers are usually within a what do they call them? A certain area, I'm going to say. And each analyzer is different to the previous, or the ones that you've already researched. Meaning that if you find a resource analyzer that has all of its charges used up, go do a bit of exploring, and you might be able to find another one. Dang it, I was really hoping they would go over to 75 so I could show you what the new points were, but it didn't. Right. Yeah, okay. So now we've done...
For safety reasons, the door will not unlock until you are holding a weapon.
Yeah, I forgot about that part. So if I go over to here, you'll see that there's also a open crafting zone as well. You will need to hold down the Z key to do this, and then press C, and then it'll open. You can also craft crude rope from the item that you want to craft as well, I believe, by hot crafting it. And once you've done that, you can then, I'm hoping, why can I not? That should work. Oh, there we go. You need to craft it. Right. So any new item that you craft, well, sorry, any new item that hasn't been placed in to the 1 to 8 slots will, I believe, automatically get put there. You can also craft and place it from directly there. So what you can do is press 1 on your keypad.
You are now legally armed and potentially dangerous.
And you'll get that.
I'll
Yeah.
show you potential.
So first things we're going to do here
When
is,
you're
as
ready, press the
always,
button to receive an opponent.
don't panic.
Your
This
combat
opponent
skills will be evaluated by a
is
panel of experts.
comparatively in the game
it on,
extremely
Omni.
easy. I think that's by design, before anybody asks. So what we're going to do is we're going to do it fairly quickly. We're going to press E, then I'm going to go into the X to go into oh god, I can't think, into peep mode, and then we're going to peep the creature. So E,
Sorry, little bug.
X.
But I have to do.
It won't let me peep it. There you go.
You survived. Good. Your performance was rated
There you go.
out of 10. Stay
That's
calm.
useful.
An error was detected in the training module. Now calling a network technician.
I'll never catch up to Dr. Tully at this rate. Is that technician calling in?
Yep. So what we did there, we peeped a creature. So if you ever get into a situation where you've peeped a creature to work out what is happening, you can go to this one here, which looks like a note that's folded over, and you'll be able to find the peeped creature that you've just done. It will give you any of the weaknesses, any of the resistances, along with how many kills and how much, sort of like the flavor text, essentially. There are more creatures in this game in varying forms as well. So there's Omnant based, there's Mysterious Stranger based, there's Angry, and there's all that sort of stuff. Okay. So yeah, if you ever wanted to find out how to do something, you can come over, just go and peep something. So I'll show you in a second what we'll do, but we'll go through the situation first and then work it out. You can also peep, I
Let's
thought,
see.
through the glass, but it seems to be that Obsidian have changed that now. I don't know quite why, but you'll also find, if you want to do a 100% run, some notes and things on the tables as well.
This evacuation sucks. The executives got unpicking while the rest of us schlubs have to run for our lives. If they hadn't botched the team program, we could at least ride away on a bug. If I survive this and change careers, I'll teach preschool or something.
Okay, right, bear with me. Sizzle, if you're going to be rude, then you can leave. There's no hard feelings, but please do not talk about my community as being anything other than amazing. First and final warning. Oh look, a telephone call.
Hi there. Bad news. I have sustained damage. Please. Hi. Virgil. Please fix Virgil. Friendly face cannot abandon. Virgil. Hey. You get a phone call? She's crazy. Traumatic experience for Virgil. I'll need some assist
with him? An Ominate employee? I'll have to deal with her first if I want to save Burgle.
Okay. So yeah, that's just a bit of flavor text, and the first time you see the mysterious stranger as well.
Now you're
And then,
park worthy. Time to
you're out in the
step
park.
out into the wild. To complete the training, get your Omni tool at the Ranger Outpost.
Omni tool sounds like it does everything. I want one.
So, first things first, once you come out of here, you'll notice that there's some mushrooms here. Mushrooms are relatively okay. They're a good food source if you're struggling for keeping your food and hunger up to date. You can also use the bigger mushrooms for something more as well later on. Unfortunately, because they're a level 2, we can't actually do anything with them currently. Although it does look a little bit muzzy at the moment. Okay, I'm going to say this once, and I'm going to say this as nicely as I possibly can. Everybody is allowed to be here and is allowed to be as welcoming as possible. If anybody ever says anything negative about either myself, my mods, or my community, you will be asked to leave. If you do not, you will be banned permanently, regardless of whether or not it's tit for tat. Anyway, right. So as I said, there's you're allowed to be you're allowed. Give me a second. You can peep in this game essentially. Hey, best way is welcome in. So my advice to you is if you see any new creature, is to press X, go as close as you can to the creature without moving the character. So press C. Peep the creature, and some creatures are a bit more of a pain than others. Grab the much information as you can. And once you can, you'll notice that now we've got 3 creatures. So we've got a mite, an aphid, which is a great food resource, and a gnat. So yeah. Oh, and we've got a snail as well, which are absolutely pain in the arse. Certainly this level anyway. Okay, final chance, absolute final chance. If anybody else continues this conversation on TikTok, you will be asked to leave. Absolute final chance. And if you want to redeem yourself, you can just apologize. That's it. Anyway. So as you can see in the bottom right left-hand corner, we've got another resource analyzer, and that's where we're going next. So 9 times out of 10, there will be a icon like that to work out where you're going next in the story. The only problem is that because this is early access, occasionally, even my own or somebody's own markers may not show up on the map or anywhere that you may or may not see. So it's just to keep aware of that. And it's better to be, to go around checking your surroundings so you know roughly where you are and that sort of stuff. There are other icons that you can do. So as I said, we've got another resource analyzer, and we've actually got something to analyze, surprisingly. And that's one of the things that I saw we were seeing earlier. So the mushroom slurry, which is a really useful thing to help us out. As you can see, we've actually leveled up, and now anything that we did not see in the previous check, if you like, we now have those recipes as well. So what Obsidian have done is they've allowed you to essentially do a 50-50 between Ark leveling system and something like Valheim or Raft, or I think Rust or 7 Days to Die, I'm not entirely sure, where if you've forgotten anything up to the previous level, they will automatically give it to you, which is really, really useful. Right, and you'll find some other things here as well. So really, really useful things. Some thistle needles and a couple of bandages. There's always a good idea to check and search every nook and cranny you can do. So, yeah. Hang on, bear with me. I'm just trying to catch up with chat. Let me know. Oh, God, yeah. 3 in Grounded was... So the analyst... Sorry, the... How do I describe it? The analytical system in Grounded 1 was okay, but now that we've got 4 uses in 2, it's far better and far superior, in my opinion. So, yeah. And this is what they call the
Not a
Omniax,
weapon, but the
or
next
Omni
best
tool.
thing. I can't wait to chop things up.
Okay.
Another transmission? Burgle again?
Doubt it.
I'll find a way in.
Unfortunately, we can't get through that door because we've got to go
This
over
door
to
isn't
unlock it
doing
that
me
way.
any favors. Better find
Unfortunately,
another
we've got
way.
to find a different way.
I feel tense. Ooh.
Fortunately, I've played this game so
Crafting killer
long that I
weapons
know
and
exactly
armor
where I'm
might bring
going.
me peace.
I think. Maybe. I thought I did. Yeah, it's over there. So, as you can see, our water has gone down a little bit. Now, what we... Give me a second. Just going to take out the mics. Apparently, they're being awkward. There we go. So, as you can see, we've got about a third of water left. You can drink from here. Unfortunately,
I know beggars can't be choosers,
you might get sick, depending upon the water source. So my advice would be, always carry some water with you, and we'll work that out at a later time, I think. Maybe. If I can work out how to do it. So there are some areas, like caves and that sort of stuff, and where it might be a little bit darker. So I don't... Dang it! There we go. Okay, so first things first, I need to use my bandage. Or unalive myself, that's going to go well. So once you've unalived yourself, you will be given one of 2 options, well, 3 options, depending upon where, how far away into the game you are, and whether or not you've actually created a bed for yourself. Currently, the only options that we've got are the nearest outpost and the onboard facility. The onboarding facility is right at the beginning of the game. So if you have unalived yourself at a certain point where everything is extremely difficult for you to continue, my advice would be to go to the onboarding facility. If you are anything like me and we've only been in the game for what, about half an hour, give or take? About that. Where we haven't actually unearthed all of the facilities yet. If we go to the nearest outpost, it will most likely be the first, the onboarding facility, usually. Unless you're very, very lucky. But fortunately, we did actually find this one here, so we've actually got a little bit further in. A little bit. Right, before we continue, I want to try and see if I can make a light source. That's the word. So torch, I need sprig, sap, and dry grass. Yay! Okay. And of course, if you are on if you don't change the settings in the game, you will, if there's anything in your bag that you, wrong key, that you don't have on you. So if it's in here, for example, rather than on your hotbar, you will lose it to the bag. Do not panic. There is a way to get it back if there is a system, if you like. If you are having problems and the bag is bugged somewhere or you can't get to it, you can go in here, go to game repair, and then you can recover backpacks. But the backpacks only recover once per load of a save, which means that if I recover a backpack now, I won't be able to do it this session. You will need to come out of the game, even going to the homepage, that's fine, or to your desktop, and then continuing from that point of view. But yeah, you'll be able to do other things with it, so don't panic. There's always a workaround as such. And I've completely messed this up. Oh god. That works. Ow. Dang it. You'll also notice that we've got a Omni axe. There's something underground here, which we can't actually use. Excuse me. Because it was there a minute ago. It's probably, yeah, it's disappeared now, isn't it? Yeah, basically we haven't unlocked the Omni shovel thing. Oh, we've got might things. Okay. What am I looking for? I'm completely stuffed. Dry grass. So dry grass looks, well, like dry grass. Oh, it's in the clay. Okay. That might have been it, actually, yeah. So so this is a grass chunk, or grass part. You will be able to, you can actually chop them down if you want to, as soon as you get the Omni axe. It's just very, very slow. There are quicker ways of doing it once you are a little bit higher level and through the story a little bit. Dry grass is of a yellowy colour, and I don't know if I can actually see any on my map at the moment. Weird. There's usually at least one around here. Ow. Oh yeah, there's falling damage, by the way. Just past the acorn. Thank you. Yeah, I thought I remembered where it was, but clearly I didn't. No. Now, there is a way that you can actually slow down your descent. There's actually 2 ways, I think. 3, technically. If you chop down a dandelion... Actually, we'll do it now if I can. Yep. Dandelions will drop 2 items. One of which is a weed stem, which are used for struts and that sort of stuff. The other is the dandelion tuft in about 6 parts, give or take. Dandelions, or dandelion tufts, depending upon how high you are, will actually really, really help. Because what they'll do is this. Well, actually, if you're really, really high up, they'll slow your descent fall by quite a way. The only issue is that unless you get a dandelion-specific item... Excuse me, why are you not... Oh, it's a trinket, that's why. It will be one and done. That's the reason why they're okay, but they're not brilliant. Although, to be fair, you can actually do them quite well. So, that is a dandelion tuft. And that's 1 dandelion. So, unless you get what they call a trinket, which is a ultimate use, essentially. Yeah, you'll use them fairly quickly. Oh, I'm looking for dry grass, aren't I? What? Bit like... Where's that acorn again? Dang it. Is it St. Paddy's Day? I thought that was March sometime. Where's the... What? Is that... No, that's not the right button. Oh, it's
Let's
there.
see.
So dry grass isn't actually that useful unless you want to actually make a torch that's really, really slow. But yeah, dry grass doesn't actually drop in the same way that normal dry grass or normal grass does. It drops as little curls like that. Really, really, really useful against all of the sort of things you might need to do. Right, so now we've got that, we should be able to craft one. Oh, we can craft two, although I'm not going to craft two at the moment. So there are items in the game that require two hands, so two-hand weapons. Having said that, I believe the Pebblet Spear is a one-handed?
Oh, we're on, girl.
Which means that now we can hopefully
Hopping
see
heights.
going through. Oh,
If my
God.
vertical was as high as theirs, I could dunk on Mount Tumbo.
Boink. There we go. Oh, we dropped a weevil nose.
I
apparently.
wouldn't have made it this far without my lucky backpack.
Occasionally you'll see, do I drink? Very rarely. Very rarely. Okay, I need to have a bandage. Oh yeah, the other thing about bandages is if you take damage whilst they are ticking upwards, you will not gain
That's getting
the
kicked
bandage
up. There must be a
ability,
scrub
if
nearby.
that makes any sense. So it'll just be like you
Living
wasted a
underground
bandage.
is for cowards.
You'll also find some raw science around. These are just blobs around, like in Grounded 1. You just go into them, you'll just grab raw science, and then you'll be able to have raw science here, which we'll be able to spend in the in-game shop. And I'm about
When's
to
our next
unalive
water
myself
break?
because I forgot to drink. Perfect. Before we continue, I just want to try and find some water source. Yeah, there it is. If you see a water droplet on here, you can attack it with any weapon that doesn't damage the... Well, actually, you can damage the tree if you want to. The water droplet will fall.
Filling up the
Be
tank.
very careful, though, because if it goes into water, it will be like real life. It will
You'd
dissipate.
be
So you will
oddly
not be able to
satisfied
get
dunk
it.
a
So you've got to be
massive
fairly
basketball
quick and where to roughly know where it goes.
Unkind.
Because otherwise
but
you're going to be in
satisfying.
trouble. Yeah. At this time, I believe that smoothies do not give you any water benefit. It's only water that gives you water benefit, if that makes any sense. So yeah. I do need a heal. Doink. There we go. It's always good to heal whilst you're not actually seeing anything as well. I.e. bugs, because that means that you won't get any attack and that sort of stuff. So hopefully it'll be good. Hey Dylan, welcome in. I'm going to need food as well at some point.
Oh my god, you're alive. Oh,
Yay!
yes. Oh, I was so worried. Not killed. How are you feeling?
God,
are
sorry.
you injured? I am so relieved.
Of course I'm fine. It's a pre-game warm-ups.
Oops, your take no prisoners athletic spirit is just what we need in this situation.
No, we need... No. Don't talk to me like you know me,
Listen,
lady.
I've been
That'll work.
actually meaning to apologize in person. I am so sorry for what Director Schmechter did to you and your friends. It was evil.
Why are you
Which
calling?
has been massacred by an army of insects under the control of some person.
Oh, good.
The evacuation was not perfect. One of our researchers is missing from this area.
Someone is holding Burgle's head hostage.
So you've met her. Please be very careful. She is an extremely dangerous individual.
Okay. I haven't seen any
I'm
employees.
sorry to ask, but we could really use some help locating her. Hold on. I'm transferring the coordinates to your Scabby 2K.
Is the story on this game longer than Grounded 1? I think so, but it's difficult to say because it comes in dribs and drabs because of the early access ability. I think it is longer. I think it has... How long did it take me to complete... How long could it take me to complete Grounded 1? I mean, when we tried to do a 24-hour stream, we we did 3 of the labs within about an hour, give or take. In this game, yeah, I think it is longer by probably about 50% currently, but I don't honestly know. But yes, it will be when the game's finished. Yeah. Sure, I'll help.
I knew I could count on you. And I'll keep an eye out for any sign of your robot friend.
Nice doing business.
I'll unlock the ranger station terminal next to you. You know, you never know what you might run into out there. It might be smart. Get a few upgrades to your OmniTools hardware. You could call me anytime you need my help.
Sure, talk zone. There we go. Okay, so occasionally you'll find chests around. Yeah, basically they're freebies. Word of note is that when Obsidian release new updates, those chests will be refilled. If that makes any sense. Give me a second, hang on.
Forgot how tiring it was being tiny.
Yep,
How
that
do I
was.
set up a lean-to again?
So yeah, it's always worth going for them again. So this is the Omni Ranger Station. Science Shop basically was where you get all your recipes from, and they're really expensive at the minute. Omni Tool upgrade. Currently there's, I believe, 3 upgrades. I might be wrong on each, with the exception of some of them. I can't remember now. Hang on. Maybe. And yeah, gives you some information there. And then you'll have Ranger Station challenges as well, which will basically give you, once you do them, you can get raw science, essentially. So if there's anything if you've done the story and that sort of stuff, or you've done,
The ranger
yeah, 3 to 4 max so far.
Mega powerful, so I'm into it.
So yeah. Okay, so I need to craft quite a lot of stuff, actually. Hang on, you want me to go back in? What do you want me to go back in for? Oh, you want me to purchase the 2 upgrades? Okay, so we need to go and get some science. Yay. Okay. Oh, good. Oh, yeah. The other thing is, if you ever get either too hungry or too thirsty, you will take a small debuff. When I say small, basically your stamina bar won't go above 50%. So you'll need to have food as soon as possible. Otherwise, it will not go up.
I wish it was
And
noodles.
you can double tap on any item, and your food will go up quite rapidly. Yeah. All right. Okay. Where are we going? Can't think now. Where are you going? So this is woe mode, which is probably the reason why it's so heavy. But yes, normally I'm on mild, and it's not anywhere near as any difficulty like this at all. It's nowhere near as bad. Actually, I'll show you what we can do in a second. So, Grounded 2 is a exploration game. You will... I'm going to pause it because otherwise it's going to drive me nuts. You will basically, the more exploration you do, and the more what's this you do, the better your experience with the game. With that being said, be careful where you go. Some creatures are buried, like in Grounded 1, although there is one major bug called the Scorpion. I think it's the Northern Scorpion, which might take you out completely if you're not careful. And yeah, just have fun with it. But for the time being, I think that's my how-to gone. But I'll show you my other world save at some point if I can work out where I am. There we go. And we'll go from there. So eventually, once you've done a lot of work in the game, you'll get to roughly this sort of stage. So we have this game, we've got about 60 hours in the game, give or take, probably around 59 hours in one save completely. Just trying to make our way back to base now. My advice to you about building bases is to do it in a place where you feel safest. So my advice is do not build a base here for two reasons. One, because bugs can attack you from pretty much anywhere that you like, or they can do. And it's basically not flat. My advice to you is to build a base on somewhere like here. That's our base there, and that's our respawn bit. Basically, it's flat, and there's very little that can actually attack you up there, or at least I'll show you what I mean, and yeah, we'll get there from there. So yeah. So this is hello Bish. So this is endgame content. We have completed the story up to the point, although there is one thing we can do, but it's not a necessity. It's a necessity for 100% run, I think, called Dozer the Lizard, which we might have a look at now actually. And yeah, we're just trying it out essentially. This is pretty much endgame currently, or current endgame, because there's, I think, the 1.0. Well, I'm not sure about 1.0, but there's certainly a patch in August coming. So content patch. So there might be a bit more story. We hope. Fingers crossed. So yeah, we're just leveling up everything, making sure that we've got all the good stuff, and making sure that we don't unalive ourselves every 5 minutes. Although, knowing my luck, it probably isn't that great anyway. Yeah. So this is our base. As I said, it's... I could spend hours building a base here. I really could. We have got... I'm going to try not to spoil it too much, but we are... Basically, these are... So this one here, and this one here are what they call hatcheries. Now, I'm not going to spoil it too much in relation to what types you go for, or what you can get. But there is a new mechanic within Grounded 2. Specifically, the ability to ride a bug of your choice. And yeah, it is pretty amazing, to be honest. And I think we're getting at least one other buggy coming in the August 11th patch. I'm not sure. We may do, we may not. Oh, apparently it's not 1.0. Will be more story and more places to unlock as it goes. So yeah, we've got about another, I don't know how long again of it we've got. So yeah, go from there. Depends on what game you mean. It's not called the Toe Biter, is that what I'm... No, it can't be either. Might be. What are my PC specs? A Ryzen 7 9800X 3D, 64 gigs of RAM at 52 megahertz a second, and a RX 7800 XT 16 gig. Well, I have any game that is pretty much any game that is a sandbox survival. But at the moment, I'm kind of enjoying Grounded 2, so... But yeah, So you'll occasionally get smoothies in a game. So I've got loads of stuff, and that's not the right one. That one. Pretty much all of these are smoothies, as you like, and there's different variants on them as well. So there's, as you can see, there's 3 here. So there's the normal one, which is slightly better. Sorry, it does stuff. But then you've got different recipe types, or different, what do they call them? Smoothie base options. So these things here, and they all give you different stuff. I've completed the game currently, but I'm doing a how-to video or how-to stuff. But there is, yeah, as Shane said, there is loads to do. Does it dip below 60? I'm not entirely sure. It's very difficult for me to say. If you're watching on TikTok, it's a little bit choppy because of the capture card that I'm using. I'm using an Elgato Neo capture card, so it might look a little bit choppy on there, but on the other 2 applications, it should be fine or as rendered. I don't think it does dip below 60, but it does dip below into double digits, not triple digits, if that makes any sense. So, yeah. If that helps at all. But it is still early access, and Obsidian, for the most part, every time that there is a fidelity update where things go terribly wrong, they will usually do a hotfix within about a week or 2 to fix out the issues, usually. Although I think the worst case scenario is it dipped to about 30 frames at one point, but never below that. Never below that. So there's no story left, but there is still stuff we can do. So we can still farm for bugs. We can still, there's still at least 1 more tier item to the set to go for, probably 2 actually. There's quite a lot left to do in the game, relatively speaking. I mean, if you're just talking about story, there's probably about 3 hours worth of story, give or take. I mean, we've got Dozer to do, which is a big lizard, which is this thing. Yay. And we've still got quite a few of the cards to get, which I was looking at earlier. And got a little bit of item gear to collect as well. So we've got 5, 6 there. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and I think there's at least 20. So yeah, I've got about 60 hours in the game, give or take. And I think there's probably about 20 hours worth of content currently. Have I got all the mutations? No, I don't think I have. Where are we? There. No, I don't know what these 3 are. Which is a pain in the back end. I mean, I've got to be... Oh no, I've just got to unalive some venomous creatures. That's fun. And I've got to revive my buggy another 9 times. Yay! That one you can't do because there's only 1 point of interest in the game currently. No, 2, maybe? And Cozy Level 4 we can do. So, yeah. So, in the game, there is... If you take the story out, there is so much you can do. There are 2 current... non-story based related bosses that you can fight. A tarantula spider and a gecko, essentially, or a lizard. There are points of interest to go for, chief amongst which there's 100% in the game. There's what else is there? There's items of special interest to look for. Yeah, so all of these items with this, where is it? This purple icon on them is what they call the Mysterious Stranger stuff, if you like. Items that they've dropped around the park, which you can go find for. There's to go and grab all of the molars, which there are 3 types now, to upgrade the character as best you can, upgrade your party as best you can, and upgrade your buggy as best you can. There are all of these items and cards to collect in the very first form, which is a colorless card, and then what you call a gold card, which will give you as much as it can a buff on it gives you a mutation for a buff, and it gives you, I think, 10%, 25% and 50% exceeded damage, or plus damage, essentially, on top of anything else that you have. There are different like tapes and files you can collect to learn about the game. Information about the mysterious stranger, any sights and wonders in the park, and any sort of specialist item that may or may not be there. So yeah, there's loads to do. It is around current state. If you want 100% the game, I would say there's probably about 120 hours worth of game, give or take. Yes, today has been more of a how-to, because somebody, can't remember who mentioned. I think it might have been Dylan. It might have been. I'm not entirely sure. Somebody requested and wanted to know how you built something in the game, or how you did something in the game. So I did a YouTube video of how to peep, which is this ability,
research, right?
which gives you all of the cards here, which you can then come back into later, and it gives you all the information about the creatures. And I thought, oh, you know what, let's do a stream about it, and we'll see what happens from there. But yeah, no, sorry, Dylan. I thought it was a name I recognised. I'm so sorry. I thought it was yourself, but maybe it wasn't. But yeah, it was somebody I recognised that I knew about. So yeah. I mean, I'm one of these. I'm a streamer that does what they call cozy chaos. So what I mean by that is that it's more about building and resource farming and that sort of stuff, rather than actually doing an FPS shooter. So I would much prefer to build a property. Sorry, lost the train of thought. I'd much prefer to build a property rather than just going and unaliving, I don't know, soldiers in Battlefield or Warzone. Currently, there's not any other story stuff left to do. Having said that, there is a lot more of going in and taking things out as best I can. Chief amongst which, where is that? That's where I came in. So it's over here somewhere. But yes, we've got... I don't think... We haven't got that much left to do in relation to the game, but having said that, we have got... Please be awake. Oh, he is. Good. Hi.
This counts as research.
There you go. Yeah, so there's that. So this is what I class as cozy chaos, yeah. So going out and grabbing things as much as we can, doing... Oh, no, I thought you were going to do something even worse. Okay. Thought it was going to be a bad thing. Wasn't. Right, so what I can do is I can show you, actually. Where is... Oh, what's the wolf spider, isn't it? Where are we? We're there. Oh, of course, there's one there, isn't there? Okay. Yeah, there it is. Have I got... Yeah, there he is. Oh, goody. There's my favourite
Way
one.
less scared, quite an efficient way to get around.
Oh, yeah, the other thing I would say is that all of the other bugs have different abilities as well. So the wolf spider that we've got there has the ability to protect itself and to parachute. An ant buggy allows you to carry more, essentially. There we go. Are you going to do your thing? Yeah, you're going to do your thing, aren't you? There you are. Yep, definitely the cockroach. Dang it. Where the... Oh, that's... I was going to say where. What? Oh, God. Come here. Yeah, I'm a bad one as well. Give me a second, hang on. Oh, they... Yeah, the cockroaches are a nightmare if you're not careful. So it's my buggy, apparently. Okay. Ow. What are you doing? Right, you stay there. Bad buggy. No, come here. Damn cockroach. Let me tell you. There we go. Bear with me, hang on. Where are we going? Hang on. There we go. Do you like to do it like this so the GP lets you do... Sorry, Sizzle, what do you mean? I misunderstood your... I'm not understanding your message, I'm afraid. That's probably me being bad, not anything else. Do I like to do this so the GP lets you be able to... lets me to be able to perform and do jokes and stuff on top? I do make gameplay not as... I try to have a conversation with people as much as I can, yeah. Because I think that having a conversation with somebody is much more valuable than somebody playing a game. If somebody has a question that is... where am I going now? That is valuable, then I would much rather have that question rather than having a quiet talk to myself, if that makes any sense. Not sure if even I understand that one.
As Ali would say.
Have I ever tried just talking? I struggle to understand what just talking is, if that makes any sense. I can't really just talk. I prefer to talk about something, and I can't really... Okay, where's that marker gone? That was weird. Am I on top of it? I can't be. Oh, I am. He's underneath me. Hang on. No, he's not. What? Oh, is he there? He might be. Okay, that's a bug. Okay, this is a mouldy tooth. And that's a spider. Apparently. I try to just talk to my chat anyway, just because I find that it gives a bit more... If I do it with a game, it seems as though it's a bit more interactive, I suppose. But yeah. There's a weevil in there. I heard something that... Oh, damn. I thought that there was a wolf spider in here, is there not? No? I mean, I'm not going to build a property in here at all. Who knows? Oh, lag. I should have healed. No. So as I said earlier, actually you can't see it because of my camera angle, bear with me. So as you can see, give me a second, because I've got loads of things above everything else. That I didn't want that, so I wanted that and that. There you go. So as you can see, there's 3 options here. So respawn will respawn at my bed. Respawn at the nearest outpost is the nearest outpost that I've unearthed, and onboarding facility is there as well. So as I said, it's just there. Good to know, basically. So I'm going to go to the nearest outpost because it's actually fairly close. Should be. Hopefully. Yep, there we go. Oh, I suppose it is the nearest outpost. Okay. All right, Jane. Take care, buddy. Thank you very much. Yeah, no, I turned my camera off for a split second just so that you can see what I was talking about, basically. So, yeah. Oh, good. B. Oh, we... Yeah.
Right. Looks like it's all still here.
There we go. Nope, lost it. No idea where it seems to think that the wolf spider is from there, though. Where's the other one? I know that there's one over here somewhere, areas. I know that one exists, so we're going to try that one instead. Occasionally, the game doesn't quite understand where things are, so can be a bit awkward. No idea why my bookie didn't come up.
Could I get a ride?
Or am I thinking of Red Dead Redemption? Probably.
10 legs,
Yeah.
quite an efficient way to get around.
Oh god. Oh god. Yeah, those scorpions can be quite painful if you're not paying attention. Fortunately, though, I've got fairly decent kit on, so it's not too bad at the moment, but hey ho.
Specimen dispatched. Take a breather, little bug, as Allie would say.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get to the wolf spider at the moment, so I'm trying to ignore pretty much everything. Bug-wise. Oh god. But yeah, the other thing is that bugs do actually sleep in the game, which can be quite useful. Occasionally. Although, they do hear your footsteps, I think. Yeah. Right, so, apparently, there's a wolf spider around here, but the problem is that because he's, I think, well, it's nocturnal now, we may struggle to actually find it, because I think he goes into a cage. And that's not the cage. No? Really? What? Where is it? Where is he? Oh, God. I mean, he does go around that tree at the back, so we'll find that. We'll see how that one. Josh, thank you very much for all the love and support, you incredible person. How are you doing this fine Wednesday afternoon? Okay, where is this? Ow. Fine, you. Come here, you. Come on. Yeah. Fine. Oh, yeah, you can stun the bugs as well. Not quite like that. They usually land on the floor, not on your head. But, yeah. Where was that? I've gone out too far out of the location, haven't I? Yeah, it's over here. I'm hoping. So if you played Grounded 1, wolf spiders, they've had a bit of an update. So if you don't like spiders, now might, well, I say now, it might be worth not watching if you don't like spiders, because they have had a massive update, as I said. Over there. I should be able to see the great big tree, shouldn't I? That's a surprise. Depends on the joke, and depends on what you mean by joke. That's a normal spider. That's not what I wanted. I want the wolf. Where's the wolf? Yeah, that's a normal. Where is he? Right, I'm jumping. Where is he? Sorry, 1 minute. Thank you, Josh, for all the love and support today. You're an incredible person. Yeah, trying to find this wolf spider at the moment, so I don't know quite where he is, but... Okay, that's not... No, that's a... My God, you fly! Flippin' heck! It's normal. Not. I don't know where this wolf spider is, which is slightly concerning, and I do not like that haze. At all. Yeah, that's fine, just barge. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, that I should have been able to see that wolf spider somewhere, but he's not actually showing up, and I don't know why. It's weird. No? Where are you? I thought I heard you. No? Okay. Doink. Okay, that's a scorpion. That. Why the... What? Like, okay. Take the 3 parts. The heck? Oh, just a minute.
Obliterated. Let's reestablish homeostasis.
Yeah, I don't know why, but I can't seem to find that wolf spider. Slightly concerning. Oh well. Okay, that happened.
I wish I
Oh yeah,
brought my
some bugs,
mittens.
well, most bugs, don't like certain areas in the game. Yeah. Oh, found it too. Oh, World Cup. I was trying to work out what WC meant, but I'm not, unfortunately, because I'm not really a sport person. The only reason why I ever watched Formula 1 was because of the first lap they tend to crash. Yeah. I suppose I haven't thought of it like that, Sizzle. I mean, for me... You're going to jump up now, aren't you? Where are you? Where's that? What? Oh, God. I thought you were my friend. I mean the spider, not anything else. Oh, God. Come here, you. There we go. I mean, I didn't really think of it as a. I thought it was just a team of, I'm not entirely sure of how many, playing with a football. So, but yeah, you're right. There is some logic to it. I can't work out where I'm going. That's where I'm going. How the Smiggy supposed to get that?
This counts as research, right?
Hey? Okay. That's one royal science I know I'm never going to get. Yeah. Do I ever want to... not... Have I misread something? What have I... What? Oh, do I want the football? I think I lost interest when I think it was Wayne Rooney. I can't remember when it was. Basically stood at the camera saying to all of the people that were watching at home and to the fans in the stands that if they had... Oh, what was it? Something on the lines of if they had cheered them on better or something, they would have done better. And I'm thinking like, that's a very... It was a very privileged place to be, I think. And it was a bit, for me, certainly off at the time, but yeah. But I think from a country point of view, anything that would unite the country is always a good thing. So whether that's having a football trophy stood up, having in a glass cabinet sort of thing that we own would be good. You know, naming, oh god, something in our honor would be amazing. All of that sort of stuff. It's always just going to be good. Anything that's going to be beneficial for not just one person is always a good thing. So yeah. We are, but there are all. I'm not talking about a country. I'm talking about individuals based upon the country and the country that they represent. Although I do agree with you, we are in a fairly privileged country. I'm full on inventory space? Of course I am. You can go. Please tell me I didn't lose anything from that. Oh, I might have done. Dang it, every time. That's the other thing you've got to be careful about is if you have a full bag, you may lose quite a lot of stuff, which I have just done. Not really anything I can get rid of. Actually, I could get rid of you, thinking about it. And... you, think? I want to say yes anyway, but yeah, we'll try that. Is that it? Apparently. Okay. I think I agree with that. I do, Sizzle. That's very profound and very, very honest. And yes, you're right. There is some... yeah, there is some form of...
irregular covalent
falling.
SNPI42Z particles.
Yeah, that. Yeah, you are right. There is a... I hadn't really thought of it like that. And I suppose most people, when they do complain, they don't really think of it like that. But yes, you're right. There are... yeah. Yeah. I'll keep that in mind. I'm trying not to... Something I'm trying to go through in my Tuesday morning meetings, which is probably not going very well at the moment anyway. But anyway. That's a leech. No, lava. But yes, not everybody is English either. Not everybody is of the place that they reside. How am I so low on health again? Yeah, not doing very well today, am I? Clearly. Yoink. There we go. God. Oh, there's 2 of you. Oh, good. Oh, 3 of you. Perfect. Stop moving backwards. Thank you. Okay. Let's see if we can get... Yeah, this is where one of the easier routes up is. Hopefully. Oh, God. I did not realise that a cockroach can go up there. Yeah. I am English and I live in mainland England, if that makes any sense. So, near the Midlands, I think. Not that I don't know where I live, it's more the fact that I don't know the geographical parts of England, if that makes any sense. So, I think I'm near the Midlands. Southeast. No, southwest part-ish. If that helps. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Yeah, Elm is right, but there is some truth to that in what Sizzle was saying. And I think that is the how do I put it? It's like the plate or the burger bun, if that makes any sense, of everything else. We can deduce from a very basic level, I suppose. And I don't mean basic as in rude. I mean basic as in it's the building blocks that you can build on. If that makes any sense. And that's, yeah. But he's right. And so are you, Elm. You're both right. Right, last bit of information, and then I think I'm probably going to go because my head's starting to go a little bit, and I need to get out of this hot room because it is about 40 degrees where I am, give or take. So once you put down a not workbench, once you put down some chests, you'll be able to do what they call hot deposit. If you press N, anything that is in your bag or your buggy's bag will automatically be put into any of the chests that have the same item. So at the moment, although having said that, the Orb Weaver web fibers are actually bugged and not in a good way. All of the items left in my bag, we don't actually have anywhere other than those anywhere in the bags or in the chest. Sorry. The only one that is bugged at the moment is this one. As I said, it doesn't seem to want to work, and I have no idea why. So, but yeah. I'm not sure I agree. I agree with the statement. I don't think I agree with starvation as being more... Oh, what was the terminology? More important than mental health. I think they're both equally as important. And I could not say one way or the other whether or not mental health or hunger is more detriment to society. Chocolate chips? Yeah, I'll put you in there as well at some point. You're a level 3-2 scorpion part, aren't you? Are we? Was I putting you in there? I can't remember now. Okay, you really are badly optimized, aren't you? Jeez Louise. Oh, I see what's happened. I think. Why? Oh, are you not the same? No, you are. Why are you not stacking? Okay, that's a weird bug. Really weird bug. L2 parts. Put you in there. Good. Okay. Hard disagree. Hard disagree. Mental health. If you are too hungry. No, still disagree. If you are at the same level as upset and somebody's starvation, and I mean, you know, you've been feeling depressed and very, very low for the last week, and somebody has been not been able to eat for the last week, I would still say that they are on equal pars of each other. In fact, actually, studies have shown that any stress to anything gives people more susceptible. Sorry, they're more likely to have bad mental health than just having the one thing. And masses of people unalive themselves by poor mental health. I don't know what the difference is. I'm sorry, I really don't. I'm saying that they are both and equally as what's the word? Both. Well, all anything across society needs to be really looked at. I mean, unless you've had mental health problems, you don't know what it's like to live with. And I'm not saying that as a privilege, and I suppose maybe I am, but the only things that you see in media are the things that get them the most clicks and the most views. If you search into TikTok or any other application, those specific items, you will automatically be filtered with them. If you don't, you won't. The reason why media outlets do not talk about mental health that much is because it's not clickable. It's not watchable. But if anything, there are probably... actually, no, not probably. I would say that there is an equal amount of people who are unaliving themselves, and there is an equal number of people that are on the bread thing, if that makes any sense. No, I think that it can be, because how do I describe it? Let me give you an analogy. Let me just think of one first. Okay, you've got two people playing this game. Okay, you've got me, who is who has put about 60 hours into the game. Okay, you've then got somebody new doing it. That is essentially the same way as what? No, it's not. Yeah, I've completely stuffed that up, haven't I? I mean, I would just say that both are equally as detriment as to the other. I wouldn't say that one way or the other is better, worse, or anything else. They are both as equal as each other. And the reason why, for each mental health, for each, what's the word? Charity helping survive, people with, helping some people with starvation. There's at least one other charity in the mental health side doing exactly the same thing for people with mental health. Exactly the same. So it's one of those things you've got to kind of work on and work towards, really. No, it's the other way around. Okay. chocolate chip. Where are you? Lady in red. No, that's... Where's... Have I not got any lady in red? Really? Wow, okay. Put you in there then. Fair enough. Oh, God. Press something and I didn't mean to. Oh, jeez Louise. These are starting to get bad as well. I have to cook them. Oh, that's the other thing that I really hate about this game is that it never seems to allow you to put things on here anymore. You have to put them in your back. If you're near a deposit, i.e. a box, it will automatically put anything on the listing, which drives me nuts. Because it means I've got to put everything on here, otherwise it won't. Is that going to work? No, it didn't work. I'm going to lose one. Perfect. Yeah, thanks, game. There we go. Being depressed is not a privilege. Not at all. I have BPD. I hate it. Believe me. I wouldn't wish mental health issues on my worst enemy, and I've got one. Or at least somebody that really, really bullied me quite heavily whilst I was in secondary school. I would not wish that on their personality at all. Being in your own head and hating yourself to the extent where you want to unalive yourself is 10 times worse for me than not being able to find something. Hey, Seth. Sorry, we've kind of gone a little bit deep today. But thank you. Yeah, I've put quite a lot of hours into the space and we've rejigged it about 10 times. Because I'm never really happy with it. At all. Yeah. Right. I need to work out what I'm doing this evening. Maybe, if I'm lucky. Food? Can I put you in there? Yeah, work for the time being. Hang on, have I got enough? Apparently I got enough bricks. Oh, I need cricket parts. And why have I got loads of charcoal? Oh, wait, hang on. Worked out why it never works. It's because it's without so much. Yeah. Right, I need to get rid of you. And you. And put you over there. That's good. Ooh. What's my tips for grounded 1? Loot everything. Research everything that you've looted in the analyzing stations. And oh, what's the other one? And have fun, mostly. I think part of the problem is that, and this is the last point that I'm going to say about it, and once I've said it, please can we move on? It's like two people that have got a male and a female addressing. One says that giving birth is really, really painful. The other one says that being hurt in the plums really, really hurts, and that's the worst thing. Neither of us can say that one is the other, because we don't know what the other person's thinking. But it's an important subject on the basis that of stuff that everybody knows, and nobody knows that. That's the issue. There are things in this world that are terrible, and I mean terrible. And I don't think that there is anything that we can't say that one thing is worse than the other. We just can't. Having good mental health is a privilege. I agree with. Having bad mental health is not a privilege. Because it's like, I use the example of you riding a bike and you fall off and you break your leg, as an example. I forgot where I was going with that one. Yeah. Anyway, that's enough heavy talk for me today, I think. I got bricks there. I really need to build a house. Have I got another load, a set of bricks somewhere? I feel like I have. Yep, I do. Yeah. But how many... swear I've got more slurry stuff. Mushroom chunks, there we go. No? Really? Okay. Oh, of course I haven't built any more of these things, have I? No, those are times 6. That's not what I wanted to do at all. Okay, that'll work. Be fine. Fine. Oh, we can do those, that's fine. Hang on, bear with me. Sizzle, where did I ever say Israel or any other country? I'm not genuine point. I don't know what you're talking about here, and I suppose I'm getting a taste of my own medicine. But what? Mushrooms. Okay. So I'm asking the question because the question in itself didn't make sense. So I am answering the question based upon what you typed. Hey Ben, welcome in. How you doing? God, I just knocked my camera. Arms. Ugh. Yes, Caden, thank you. Mike, thank you so much. Yeah, I don't even know if this is the last thing, the last base build, to be honest. I'm creating mushroom bricks at the moment and it's taking forever. So yeah. Oh, Ben, I really do appreciate it. Thank you. You're an incredible person. Sizzle, you're talking about two things that are happening to the same person in the same area. You're essentially talking about bananas and apples with the mental health and starvation. They're both food and both fruits, but they're nothing to do with each other. Being forcefully touched is, and it's exactly the same thing. I would rather be unalived in a... If I had to choose, I would prefer it to be quick rather than painful. Having a mental illness is painful. But as most people in chat have said, neither. That's not naive at all. Not at all. Sizzle, you haven't had a mental illness then. You haven't had your mind continually tell you you are absolutely the worst piece of thing. I have it. I've had it before I started the stream. I had a flashback where I nearly took my life. Anyway, I'm going to have to go. So, because I'm starting to get stressed. I'm not telling you what you've had. I'm telling you based upon the information that I've gained from the last 2 hours. Thank you, Hadley. So we've never asked you to explain yourself. We are trying to give you a point of view where something that is an attack on yourself, certainly for me, feels a lot heavier than struggling to... Oh, sorry, let me rephrase that. Having something irritate you to the extent where you want to unalive yourself is worse than something that you need. I don't think I talk from privilege at all. I really don't. But as I said about multiple times, can we please move on? No, I don't think I'm privileged at all. Oh, I have a bandage, haven't I? No, that didn't work. No. Sizzle, I've asked you 3 times now. You've had more chances than anybody else. Please, if you want to have a conversation about this in my DMs, you're more than welcome, but can we please stop? You will be banned and blocked. Absolute final warning. No, you're not, Sizzle. You're not being ganged up on at all. You have stated yourself so many times, and I've asked you for the 4th time, stop. Absolute final warning. No, you're saying the same thing over and over and over again. I've told you, please stop. 5th time. If it gets to 10, I'm going to block you without cause. I'm not going to ignore anybody because I believe that the community deserves to have a, their voices heard and that sort of stuff. And that's not what Gnattervid is about. Gnattervid is about a place where you can come and voice your opinions. But what I refuse to do is, if the opinion is going to be, I'm right, you're wrong, and there's nothing I'm going to do to change that, then at that point I'm going to ignore it and do it. Okay, Sizzle, that's the final straw. Bye-bye. Sorry about that, everybody. That last message was the last straw. That really was the last straw. As soon as somebody comes in and tells me either how to run my stream and how to do things, or that I am somehow worse off because of something that's going on, at that point, I will then immediately ban them. If, Sizzle, you are watching this, if you would like to come into my DMs and apologize, and you don't have to say anything more, just apologize, and if anybody here wants to message him and says anything, I will more than happy to remove that block. Until that point, you're banned. And unfortunately, because of that, I'm going to have to call it, because I am rather shaking and everything else. No, Ark, I appreciate the debate. I was trying desperately to, I suppose, I was trying to entertain it a little bit, because I believe that I don't like banning people at all, but it's something that I'm slowly learning. So nobody in chat has ever done anything wrong or anything of that ilk. I'm going to take a bit of a break now, and I will probably be back at around 7 o'clock this evening. So what that means is you've got about 3 hours left. If anybody would like to message Sizzle and let them know that anything else is going through, then please do. I will probably unblock them so that they can message me, because otherwise I think that TikTok won't allow that. But yeah, that being... For the time being, I hope everybody's absolutely well, and please do not take this as being a negative as part of the stream. As I said, I will be back in about just under 3 hours' time, and I need to pause the game because I think we're going to be starting this evening with a base invasion. Yay! I just need to take a bit of a break from things, so we'll go from there. But for the time being, take care, stay safe, keeping absolutely amazing, as I know most of you are, and I'll hopefully see you soon. Bye for now.